We need to defend, definitely. But the bruiser isn't free. Frick. And he can't reach. And he can't reach. And we can't go through here. We cannot defend our main residence. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? Welcome back everybody to yet another episode of We the Revolution. In the last episode we finally made our move on a Pash, and he now gave us the things we need to get rid of Danton, who is on our side actually. Was that counter-revolutionary, and where were the victims and the defendant drinking during the meeting? Okay. For the penalty, if we execute him, that's actually a net plus for us. This would be pretty good. If we acquit him, that's a net minus. Okay, so politically speaking, killing him would be the better one. Let's find out what happened. Combat by Richard Mournier. Patrice Lyont, a respected 54-year-old physician residing in the Parisian suburb of Saint-Ouen, has been accused of committing a murder. The victim is Victor Rabiot, the husband of one of the defendant's female patients, Valérie. The 60-year-old victim visited the accused to discuss his suspicions. Some time ago, Rabiot was led to believe that his wife was having improper relations with the accused. Let me wrap my hand around that. So Rabiot was murdered by Leconte, if this is true. Allegedly, he was murdered by Leconte because Rabiot's wife had an affair with Leconte. Okay. The witnesses testified to seeing Victor Rabiot stumble from the doctor's office, white and trembling. He managed to take only a few steps into the streets before collapsing with horrible gurgling sounds. The National Guard patrol that arrived at the scene were the first to notice the victim clutching a broken glass containing a few drops of wine. The investigation revealed that it was probably the same wine that Rabiot drank while talking to the physician. The suspicions of murder obviously fell on the physician, who by virtue of his profession has access to substances that can be used to poison wine. Provided that the physician's affair with his patients turned out to be true, we also have a motive. As we learned unofficially, the woman did in fact pay the doctor suspiciously regular visits. However, we have no evidence yet. Both Citizen Rabiot and Citizen Leconte are wealthy and well known among the Parisian aristocracy, which now demands a quick and fair judgment. Evidence: a broken glass containing wine. Valérie Rabiot's letter to her lover, which reads, "I will wait for you tonight in the usual place, your B." That is a suspicious letter. Regular visits, that seem suspicious. It would be in the right age to have relations as well. And the big question is, who else would have poisoned the wine? Anyway, wait, what is your name? My name is Patrice Leconte, Monsieur le Judge. You've been accused of murder. Do you want to admit your guilt? According to my medical knowledge, Mr. Rabiot could have been poisoned by anything he had eaten throughout the day. Let's remember, we are talking about a person of advanced years. May also have been a natural death. So natural as you claim that the death curiously occurred at the doorstep of your office and you having nothing to do with it. Coincidences happen. Do I understand that you are denying it? Indeed. Okay. This is no. This is that. We already have the answer to those two. Okay. Let's find our questions. Valérie Rabiot's note is evidence. The respected physician is his character, actually. Murder is the method. The visit. It's code of events. Bond with the accused. Bond with the accused? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Cause of events? I don't know. Running out of the office. That is cause of events. Access to poisonous substances is method. Respected physician. It's definitely not a motive, and it's method, maybe? We actually can do it wrong. Okay, witness was correct. Oh, and motive is correct. I don't know what this is supposed to say, but we got all the questions. What exactly happened on the day? Let's find out if he's guilty and just judge on that. It would be better for us to kill him. But I'm actually okay with doing this, if that is the truth. Let's find the truth here. What exactly happened on the day of the Citizen Rabio's death? He came to talk to me. I didn't know what about. He was pale and tense. It seemed to be raking his nerves. Is that why you poured him wine? Yes, I wanted to fetch wine and I poured some for both of us. To pour it in the presence of the victim. And now in the kitchen. Does that matter? Yes, it does, because it means you can easily have put something in. What's he supposed to do? Drag the guest around his house? Oh well, what happened next? But rank, and a moment later Mr. Rabiot ran out screaming and clutching his chest. Who cares why such a powerful man died? The important thing is that he's dead. People really aren't in the... They don't like rich people, do you? Which is interesting, because you don't like rich people. So you want this rich person to be freed. That makes no sense, actually. Did you have an affair with Mrs. Valerie Rabiot? The question insults me as a professional. Mrs. Rabiot is my patient, and the nature of our relationships are purely medical. A physician can't fall in love with and professionalism has nothing to do with it. I see my patients as suffering individuals, and my focus is on trying to help them. Maybe he examined her several times, you know how. Then why would Mrs. Rabiot come to your office both so often and with such regularity? I cannot reveal any details of my patient's health condition. Mrs. Rabiot is a delicate woman who must take care of herself. The victim had a note in a pocket from which it appears that Mrs. Rabiot was to meet you. My name is stated there. No, it's not. Then with whom was Citizen Rabiot meeting? I'm a physician, not a soothsayer. Mrs. Rabiot did not use my office to confide in me regarding her private affairs. She is a very modest and well-mannered. Victor Rabiot, however, suspected it was you. Perhaps after visiting me, he was planning to see the next subject, but he never made it. This doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Why would he come to your place? Why would he go to his wife's physician to talk to him, to then go to the person he accuses? What do you think the cause of his death was? He killed him. That was the cause. He might have been poisoned, but I would say it was angina pectoris, a problem with the heart. Angina pectoris just means pain in the chest area. It's actually... it's pain that you get. Stable angina pectoris is upon exertion, unstable is if you randomly get it. It's this stinging or crushing pain in the heart area that comes from hypoxemia, meaning not enough blood in the heart. Usually it's from coronary artery disease, meaning an occluded coronary vessel. An occluded heart vessel. That is angina pectoris, a problem with the heart. Have other physicians confirmed this opinion? I could not say, and it is not a question for the investigators. If they ever move a finger to make the slightest effort, do people often run away during such heart troubles? I've never come across anything like that during my practice, but the human body still remains a mystery to us. Well, listen to this first-class sweet talking. Yeah, in case of angina pectoris, the person would not stumble out. He'd collapse, because obviously it's his heart. Like, any kind of movement makes it worse. Several clues indicate, and he was gurgling. You don't gurgle during angina pectoris. Several clues indicate that you poisoned Victor Rabiot. Call in the witness. What wine did you serve? And as a physician, you have access to various types of medicines that can cause that. And substance in excess can prove harmful. As a physician, I know how to avoid such cases. So you would know what substance and amounts would be required to kill someone. By the same logic, every housewife and every chef are murderers for the sole reason that they have knives in the kitchen. Is that correct? That is actually a correct statement. But not every kitchen becomes a murder scene. Yes, see, the thing is, every chef would be considered a prime suspect if there was someone stabbed with a kitchen knife in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Indeed. And Victor Rabiot died from poisoning while visiting you. That is correct. There were people in the streets who can testify to that. Call on the witness. Valerie Rabiot. Please introduce yourself. My name is Valerie Rabiot. For a few days I have been the widow of the late Victor Rabiot. A note was found in a coat pocket of your deceased spouse. Are you the author of this message? And if so, who was the intended recipient? I guess is that Monsieur le Judge expects an answer to the question of whether Citizen Leconte was the addressant. Well, no. Then who was it addressed to? Woman, she's completely relevant to the case and I do not wish to mix her up in it. Oh, come on, she's covering up for her lover. I shall decide what is important and what is not. Her name is Helene Betancourt. Often did you see the physician, and your late husband left quite the fortune. Yeah, that you now inherit. And what of it? Elaine, your mistress will not have to complain of poverty in the future. What is his suggestion? Let us not forget that Citizen Romeo died almost on Citizen Ocon's doorstep. I found this situation most confusing. Perhaps I loved someone else, but I stayed with my husband even when he treated me badly. Well, we should have gone for the other one. I don't suppose I can add anything except that it's no coincidence there's a lack of irrefutable evidence in this case. There are, however, plenty of clues. Several clues indicate that you poisoned Victor Rabiot. Clues are not evidence. What exactly points to my guilt? A jealous husband was drinking wine with his wife's lover and a few moments later he's dead. Isn't that strange? Well, there's evidence that he's not the poisoner. I'm a physician. I heal people, not murder them. Says, Doctor, please tell us, do people sometimes behave differently when influenced by strong emotions? Yes, of course. So he could have forgotten about medical ethics due to unexpected circumstances. His mistress's husband paid him a visit, so the lad was scared he'd get beaten. Understand what you are suggesting, but at the time I was not nervous, I had nothing to hide, and was not ashamed of anything. That convinced the people. What wine did you serve? How is that important? I'm not an expert in wine, I cannot recall the name, but it was red. Oh, come on! An aristocrat in France at the time can't name the wine. Would you say that it was improved the victim's circulation too much? If you enjoyed unrefined jokes, then yes, however, I do not find it amusing. But puzzling that from the beginning of this trial you have maintained a straight face. As a physician, I have seen a lot of death, and suffering is something that you get used to. I'm accustomed to death, I would say that. So killing a person would not pose any problem for you. It sounds like you are the perfect murderer. Technically I would be able to do it, but I would certainly not call myself perfect. Killing would give me no pleasure. Nothing concerned the husband of your mistress. Okay, we have no more questions. The big problem here is I kind of think he's guilty. I think he is a murderer. But the jury says we need to let him go. I think I want to go against the jury. I think I want to go against the jury. We could have gotten the jury on my side if I'd asked her about it, but honestly, I kind of want to... Like, the jury is quite obvious in acquittal mode, but I think he's guilty. I think he killed his lover's husband so he can have free reign. He's obviously making stuff up with a coronary artery disease. He's got a motive, he's got a method. We don't really have proof, but then what would the proof be? Like, what possible proof could there be? Is it enough to sentence him to death? Or do I want him to go for it? I would put him in prison, honestly. I'd put him in prison. Frick, we'll do it. I think he's a bad guy. I think he's a bad egg. But honestly, we're just going on hearsay at this point. As a citizen, Patrice Legrand to death by guillotine. Take the convict away. What a strange story. Doesn't matter that we have to say. Better take us into account in the future. We will, but in this case, I think you were wrong. I just think you were wrong, jury. I'm sorry. We now have enemy at the courthouse for 3 days. Common folk endorsement -2, revolutionary endorsement -2, influence -2, and reputation -4. Oh wow, going against the jury is not a good choice. Alright, let's go next. I don't think we need a speech, do we? Let's speak to the common people. Why not? Reveal it. We know, here we need that. Attached was... humility? Withdrawn will go aggression. Okay, withdrawn is aggression. Attached humility is wrong. Let's try attached manipulation. Future generations will remember that we were not cowards. They'll remember us. Burp, 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 burp. That works quite well. Okay, let's we have the perfect answers here. Let's just skip through this, and we can maybe get a second trial in, even though we'll go over time again, right? Yeah, probably. As if more people than you have killed with the guillotine, I hope you are eaten away by your guilty conscience for the rest of your life. You probably did, but if you, it's not about how many you saved, it's about how many you killed. Like, the main problem isn't you lacking to save people. It's you killing people. Like, it's not a math question. It's not like I saved 2 people, so I have 2 kills free. He can take that over for me. That's okay with me. Where do you go? We need to defend. We need to defend. Yeah, is he free now? Or is he still... Seizures, yeah, ceased the printing out. Available actions. Okay, we need to defend. Definitely. But the bruiser isn't free. Frick. And he can't reach. And he can't reach. And we can't go through here. We cannot defend our main residence. What the hell? What am I supposed to do? Let's buy him. I don't know if I can. Okay. He has to go here. I can't do that though. Break. Honestly, I can't do anything. Can you take that over? Taking over this section. Taking over. We're taking it all over, but I can't stop him. Taking over the section. Yeah, he's taking over my main section and that loses the game for me, but I can't reach it. What am I supposed to do? I don't get it. He will fight him, at least there's that, but I don't know what to do here. And the Muscadins doing the next, and then we'll go to the nearest enemy section and incite a riot. And denounce will arrest the nearest enemy agent. I like the sound of that. I do like the sound of that. I honestly think we might have lost the game here. That would be terrible if this is how you lose it. Go to the intrigue. A successful intrigue. Oh, okay, because we actually got all the plus points. Beatrice was able to escape the guards and send a message to Marie Pache. She told her to be at Rue Saint-Malo with the money to compensate for the damage done by their relationship. We must intervene. Beatrice turned out to be unreasonable. Instead of saving her life and running to the other side of Europe, she... Didn't you say America? How is America the other side of Europe? She remained in Paris to engage in blackmail. She is extorting money from a person she was supposed to love. The entire plan will collapse as she talks about the testimony we made her sign. Go with the guards and send the guards alone. Guess we go with them? I guess we should not have gone.
Are you going to kill me now? Will you arrest me only because I was somebody's mistake?
Did she just kill her lover?
Because someone treated me like a possible source of income and nothing more. What does your heart tell you, Monsieur le Juge?
Well, she's a murderer. Yeah, she was extorted.
Like it never happened, I promise.
Really? I'm not covering up the murder of that poor girl? Yeah. I'm not too comfortable with this. Again, this scares me. I think we lost. I actually think we lost. We'll have to see about that. A scoundrel, you serpent! Danton never betrayed me, it was you! You did too. How could you? You were supposed to be friends. Yes, let us not waste any more time. Admit that the accusations for treason are true and your daughter shall be freed. I cannot promise the same for you, however. I attacked you because they told me to do it. That is irrelevant. You will be tried like all the other assassins. They will crucify me because of you, the person who promised me his friendship and alliance. They will surely remove you from office, but you will live. Marie will live too, but if you keep barking, you will lose your head. You'll pay for this, I swear. Maybe, but you will pay first. Your trial begins any minute, so you do not have much time left to think. Alrighty, everyone wants him dead, except for the aristocrats. But I think we make a cut here. I think it was enough. Really not too sure what to do. I think you will have to let me know if you want me to load like 3 days ago and play through, make all the same decisions, but if we lose this, like basically if you want me to save scum and put our bully in our capital to defend it, if this actually ends the game. I don't know. I honestly don't know how this will play out. Let's hope it doesn't end the game. Anyway, I hope this was a fun episode for you guys. I'm gonna see you around. Have a good one. Bye bye.